Yeah.
And like the mistake is still a mistake, but like there's a newspaper article. It's a couple of years ago, probably about 4 or 5 years ago now. I think about it, and it was a guy that was coming down E470 in Denver. And when you come down E470 right outside of Denver, you're coming down a mountain
Mm.
and it slopes right off. And traffic was backed up. He lost his brakes. He couldn't control it, and he killed like 2 or 3 people.
Ouch.
And they sentenced him to like 21 years in prison or something like that. They pretty much gave him life. And he was a young dude too.
Was he high? I mean, the only way is
No mistakes.
when you get neglected. See, that's the thing with in
It,
aviation.
it was equipment failure, is what it was.
You can't blame
And
the kid for it.
freaking they sentenced them like it was like 25 years. I'll see if I can find the article. And it was just like it was a very sobering experience. It was right when it was the same time where I was fighting with the company that I was working with about them fixing the brakes on the vehicle.
Yeah, but I think it
And
was he must have failed his fucking blood test or something.
no, it was they deemed that he didn't inspect the vehicle properly, is what it was.
That he what?
Didn't inspect his vehicle properly, and so he caught the negligence, and he ended up going getting sentenced. And there was
I've had
somebody that picked it up, and they were trying to fight it for him because I mean it's rough.
I
But
had a friend of mine
you,
get
you look at
pulled out
that
of jail. Yeah.
aspect of it, and then like now, like you're looking at you just had a mistake, you know, the civil liabilities, the criminal liabilities, like you're getting it from both sides, and
Yes.
that's where it's just like,
Oh,
shit.
listen, all they do is to look at, dude. You can find shit that's wrong with everybody. You know, it's like they'll nitpick. Nobody's fucking perfect,
Yeah,
you know? It's there's also manuals are there to guide you into, you know. Now, if you follow some of the times the manuals aren't written in a way that you have to follow procedures A, B, C in numerical order. Sometimes you go 1A and then you go 4B and then you come back to 2 Charlie and then you know what I mean? It just depends on certain things. They just let you know, hey, this is you can do it like this and blah blah blah. So there's different aspects to manuals and to how things are done when you're signing off your work performed. It's like, so, you know, work performed with reference to, so I'm using the manual as a reference, not really sticking to it. Or if you say it was done in accordance with, well, in accordance with means that you did it exactly how the manual says. You did A, B, C, D, you know? So those little things there, truck driver sentenced to 110 years in Colorado, like the kill. Poor guy, dude.
yeah,
Poor guy.
just a freaking kid. He was in his
You,
20s.
you know, you must want to ask yourself, what am I learning from this? What's
Yeah,
the bigger purpose behind that? I wonder. Wow, poor guy.
yeah, like
You know
he's crying, like sitting there at the desk in court.
that because I am, you know what I mean? It's like usually my intuition is really set point. This one here, I didn't. I never. I think this was all ego. It really
Yeah,
was. You know, like
yeah,
I got this. Blah blah blah. Ah, he fucked you again. You know. So yeah, I learned what to do, but still, though, I need to figure out how I messed up too. Though
yeah,
I still don't know that one.
yeah. Well, that's a big deal. It's funny because I was listening to was it Sean Ryan and Joe Rogan the other day, and it was he verbatim said what you had said when you had gotten the strike. But he is like, they're giving me this hard time. They're taking my shit down. They won't even fucking tell me what I did. He's like, tell me what the fuck I did so I don't do it again. He's like, I don't want to fucking deal with this shit.
I don't want to deal with
is
it.
like, how am
Yeah.
I supposed to fix the problem if I don't know what it is? And it was like, it was verbatim in the same freaking tone that you said it in. And I was just like, yeah, I've heard that before. But that applies in so many different areas of your life. You're like, yeah, nah. Like, if I don't know what I did, I'm going to keep on repeating the same mistakes. So tell me what the fuck I did so I can correct it. Like, I'm trying
That's
to
why.
learn
Yeah.
better. I'm trying to grow. I don't need to keep on doing the same thing over and over again and regressing and backsliding, and going back to the same state. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, so, like, help me help you. If you know what I did, just tell me so I can fix it. Yeah. But again, it's a very rare mentality. Is something that I've also learned too. My wife was like, "Yeah, oh, all right. Remember that clip inside of the where the guy was blocking the driveway when I was trying to leave when I was like 190,000 pounds? That reel that I made out of that clip has like 7,500 views. Out of all of the content that we've put out, that's 7,500 views. Everything else is like peaks at like 400. And then some of the other, I think all the trucker stuff does good. All of the personal development, the talking, the conversation that's actually valuable,
They
like
don't care about.
they don't care.
Yeah.
And my wife is like, yeah, she's like, you guys haven't figured it out yet. She's like, people aren't like you guys. She's like, so like you guys are the very small segment of the population that are looking to do more than what they're doing. That
But
are
here's
trying
the
to
thing.
grow. And
Exactly.
and
Yes.
that's and she was just like, people want to be entertained. They don't want to learn. I was like, but why? Like, I don't get it. She just like laughing at me. I was like, yeah, you'll never get it.
No. I I don't get it. I really don't. Because even when you're listening to the podcast and you're doing your drive time university and you're studying yourself and your mind is constantly fucking boom 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 and you're throwing ideas and you got solutions. So when you listen to two guys talk about their a normal everyday, let's just say our bullshit here,
Mhm.
this is just what's happening directly to us, but it can relate somehow to anybody else. But most people don't have the time to sit down and to really absorb everything that we're talking about. Now,
Mhm.
if I was here shaking my ass with a fucking tutu on, you're like, look at this fat motherfucker. That shit's
Viral.
hilarious. Let's go
Viral.
shoot.